studying as an overview, not actually reading word for word the Bible in a year. And it's an overview. So we are on the section of God's love. We are on day 7. We're doing 1 John 4:19. I realized that on the 9th, day 2, we were also in 1 John chapter 4. So hopefully I didn't already read verse 19, because I seem to be in this mode of let's just read the whole chapter, just like I do Monday through Friday in the morning. So you know what? It just the Lord, so it's okay. All right, don't forget that this is the last chance we have to do our 3 reflections. So the first one is think of 3 people who are difficult to love. What one specific act of kindness could you show to each one of them this week? I really failed at that. I didn't really do much with that. 2, when did you last feel deeply loved by God? Set aside 15 minutes this week to revisit that memory and write down how it changed your perspective. I shared that yesterday. And 3, how could you demonstrate God's unconditional love to someone in your family this week or your friend group, especially when they might not deserve it? I didn't do that either. I know I should be doing these assignments too, but show of hands, how many of y'all did the assignment? I'm a work in progress when it comes to stuff like that sometimes, because my days get so busy, I lose sight of what I'm supposed to be doing. So my hand is often in several things at the same time, and so that's where I get lost. All right, so we're looking at 1 John 4, verse 19. And let's see. Verse 19. In the NIV Bible, or version, it says, oh, it's such a simple verse. We love because he first loved us. I love that. All right. And then in the Message Bible, it says, we, though, are going to love. Love and be loved. First we were loved, now we love. He loved us first. Boy, that made that into a whole thing. I'm going to back it up to the beginning of this chapter for the Message Bible. Not the beginning of the chapter, but verse 17. It says, to love, to be loved. So starting at verse 17, it says, God is love. When we take up permanent residence in a life of love, we live in God and God lives in us. This way, love has the run of the house, becomes at home and mature in us, so that we're free of worry on Judgment Day. Our standing in the world is identical with Christ's. There is no room in love for fear. Well-formed love banishes fear. Since fear is crippling a fearful life, fear of death, fear of judgment, is one not yet fully informed, or fully formed in love. We, though, are going to love and be loved. First we were loved, now we love. He loved us first. If anyone boasts, I love God, and goes right on hating his brother or sister, thinking nothing of it, he is a liar. If he won't love the person he can see, how can he love the God he can't see? The command we have from Christ is blunt. Loving God includes loving people. You've got to love both. Wow, that's a good summation of God's love. You know, he loved us before the foundation of the earth, of the world, before we took our first breath. Before the very first cell in our body was created, God loved us. He chose us. And that's what we've been learning in Ephesians in our Bible study on Wednesday night. And if God's love is in us, then we are to love our neighbors. We are to love those around us. Now, I've heard some people say, you know what, I am commanded to love you, but I don't have to like you. You know, I got on that bandwagon for a second, but that isn't right either. Okay, you know, we don't have to be friends with everybody, but we still have to love and have respect for people. We can't choose, you know, to hate somebody and still say that we're walking in love, because we're walking in hate. That's like you can't have one foot in the world and one foot in the Bible. You got to be all or nothing. And I really hope that you choose to be all in the world. Or in the Word, not the world. In the Word. I have to edit that out later. I hope you choose to be grounded and rooted in the Word. And that doesn't mean we change overnight. I was very sarcastic. I've shared this before. A few years ago, I was very sarcastic. That's every response I had was sarcastic. Do I still do that? Sure. There are moments that call for sarcasm. meant to be funny, and I've learned that sometimes it is okay to say something that gets a whole group of people to laugh in certain scenarios, but I have to be very careful how I do that, because I don't want someone to feel like I'm picking on them, or singling them out. All right, so God is love. You be about love. Love your neighbors. Love your family. Love your friends. Love your church friends. And just keep walking the narrow road. All right, so tomorrow I'll be back on here late again because I have Bible study. And we're going to be on a new section. Did I print this one out? I don't know if I printed this one out. Hold on a second. That was the first. Week 4. Week 3. So week 3, we're going to be starting with the subtitle of faith. So tomorrow we'll be in Hebrews 11, 1 through 3. Be prepared because I might read the whole chapter. I love Hebrews. It's one of my favorite chapters in the Bible. All right, so be here tomorrow evening. We'll start a new chapter, a new week.